What is up, Saint Society? It is your favorite wannabe influencer, Saint. If you read that title, you already freaking know that today I will be doing a mukbang for you guys of the new McDonald's burgers. I'm so excited to try them, guys, because I've literally been seeing them everywhere, and I'm just like, ugh, those look super good. So I'm literally about to grab my mom really quick, and we're about to head on over to McDonald's and yeah, get some food. So I'll see you guys at McDonald's. Alright, guys, literally just got home from McDonald's. My mom went in the house because obviously she's not gonna be part of the mukbang or whatever. But first things first, so you have to build it yourself. So I'm literally about to build the little sandwiches really quick because I thought they came already assembled, but they don't. So I'm about to build those really quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm really not sure how to eat this land, air, and sea one because it's so freaking big, but we're just gonna see what we can do here. Okay, here we go. Got a little bit of fish in there. It's a Big Mac. Not a bad combination. Probably should have took the top buns off the sandwiches, but I was too lazy, so. I'm gonna try to take a bite off the top with the Big Mac and the McChicken. So far, pretty good. So since this sandwich is so big, guys, I'm probably gonna have to split it into two so I can actually eat it because she's a big girl. All right, so right now I have the Big Mac and the McChicken. So let's just eat it up. One thing I will say, guys, is don't eat this in your car because it is super messy. Now I'm gonna try the other one, which is the crunchy double, which is the chicken nuggets and just a McDouble. I'm not a huge fan of, McDonald's burgers. Like, I like their Big Macs because I think because of the Big Mac sauce, but that's usually the only thing that I eat. So, yeah. It's actually pretty freaking good. Pretty freaking good. Never did I think that chicken nuggets on a McDouble would actually be good, but here we are. So for ratings, The land, air, and sea is kind of messy and hard to eat. So you kind of have to split it up into 2 sandwiches, so you really can't get all the flavors in there. But I like all those sandwiches, literally. So I was just going to give it like for eating, probably like a 7.3 out of 10. But for taste, definitely a 10 out of 10 because I love all those sandwiches. As far as the crunchy double, I've lost my like taste for McDonald's nuggets over the years. They kind of taste like old grease now, so I don't really like them that much. And like I said, I really don't eat much of the McDonald's burgers outside the Big Mac, just because of the Big Mac sauce, I guess. So I would give that for taste maybe an 8.5 out of 10 because it's not nasty, but at the same time, not my favorite things off the menu. As far as conveniently eating, it's a 10 out of 10. It's pretty easy to eat, no problem. Guys, I also got a couple of other things. So let me just show y'all those. Had to drive a little bit to get this bad boy, but honestly, probably the only McDonald's in Wisconsin that actually serves literal ice cream. So I got me an ice cream sundae. Delicious as usual. And then also got me a medium fry. McDonald's fries are always good, so I know I'm not the only one who does this, but if you haven't tried it, fries and ice cream, it's so good. There's something about the salty sweetness that just gets me. So I know it's not super big of a deal, but I kind of hate driving in Milwaukee because every single time I drive in Milwaukee, it's like, I guess you can say, the road of the daredevils, if you will. Because literally, everybody drives like they're freaking lunatics, okay? If you're ever in Milwaukee, never drive on Fond du Lac. It's the worst ever road that you could ever drive on. But this day, I wasn't even in, like, Milwaukee. I was in Brookfield. And I was driving, right? And I know you guys are aware, like, you know those roads where you, like, turn all together? It's like a multi-lane, so everybody's turning together. So, yeah. I was in Brookfield, and I was next to this, like, I guess you can say burgundy Nissan Rogue or something like that. Some type of Nissan, I wasn't really sure. But I was turning, right? And as I'm turning, there's this lady that's literally next to me in her little Nissan. And we're turning together. And all of a sudden, I'm just turning, and she starts to get like this. And I'm just like, no, she can't be getting close to me. Like, she's not getting close to me. No, it's fine. She's not getting close to me. I'm good. No, literally, she was like this, almost about to hit me. And I was just like, beep, 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 beep. Like, hello? I know that my baby's not that huge, but she's big and silver. You can see her right here. Your lane's over there. And she looked at me in a such surprised and like shocked look, as if I was in the wrong for honking at her or something. No. So I just I I don't get it. Like, I get stuff like this all the time. And I'm one of the people where I believe that older people, they need to have a quarterly test. Meaning like a test where every single 3 months, they have to be able to prove that they can actually be on the road. Because I'm so tired of driving with Becky's and Brian's all freaking day. What is a Becky? A Becky is an older female who is usually, they're white. I usually call them Becky's. I have different names for everyone. But it's usually an older woman who doesn't know what she's doing on the road. So they're literally merging in your lane, not using their turn signals, randomly doing U-turns, slowing down, going 15 and a 25, things like that. Tired of dealing with Becky's. Brian's, the same thing. They don't know what they're doing, not putting on their turn signals. They're just men. Then there's the crazy Quavos, okay? Who's the crazy Quavos? They're the ones who love to go 90 and a 35. Who love to just cut in front of you as if that's not a dangerous hazard. Who love to speed and zip and do all those crazy things when it's literally snow, ice, and rain on the ground. This is what I have to deal with. Then there's the crazy Quitas, because there's the crazy Quavos and then there's the crazy Quitas. The crazy Quitas are the women who like to act like the crazy Quavos but don't actually do it as well, so then they try to get mad at you when you call them out on their stuff, you know what I mean? And then they pull up next to you, next to the light, and then they try to glare. Yeah, no. You tried it, Quita, and it didn't work for you. It just didn't work. Then McDonald's has become one of the, I guess you can say, most hated restaurants in my book. The customer service is usually always horrible, unless you go to a nice area, which I did today. But if you're like in the hood, or if you are somewhere that's not really upscale, you usually get terrible treatment. And it doesn't just stop with the workers, it continues with the customers as well. So, guys, I swear, I'm full of freaking stories of things that happen to me on a daily basis that are just tiny, considerably tiny inconveniences, but still relatively annoying. So, I was in a McDonald's line the other day, and I was like ordering my food, and I gave the girl my card, and she was like, oh, well, this is your total, whatever. I gave her my card, and she's like, oh yeah, have a nice day. But me and her both forgot that she didn't give me my debit card yet. So I literally drove up a little bit, but she's like, oh ma'am, your card. I was like, oh yeah, cool. So then I zoomed back just a little bit, nothing too crazy, and I was able to reach back. This guy behind me proceeds to honk his horn. And he's like, beep, 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 beep. And I'm just like, sir, I haven't even gotten my card yet. I haven't even gotten my card. How are you honking at me? And I haven't even gotten my card yet. Huh? And no, before anybody says, oh, he was probably honking because he was backing up near him. No, he was coming around the bend before I even was close to him. I was already done backing up to grab my card. But I was grabbing it and I couldn't even get it in my hands before he was honking at me. And I was just like, and I don't like to mark myself as a Patti LaBelle, or a Petty LaBelle, if you will. But I can get quite petty sometimes, And I guess that day I just wasn't in the mood. And so I, rightly, slightly, politely proceeded to grab my card. And then I kept my window down. And I proceeded to take my lovely hand and rest it outside the window like this. Read in between the freaking lines. And I just sat it there. I let it rest for a good, I could say 30 seconds, until my dear friend behind me noticed what was going on. And so then I got to the window and they were handing me my food, and I was just waiting for the worker. And she pulled out, she's like, oh, here you go. I said, just give me one quick second. And I just held it there. And so then he honked at me and then called me a slow driving B word. And I just kept my hand resting there, and then I said, your mama. And I drove off. Guys, I kid you not. People just be messing with me. Like, they just mess with me. And I don't be doing nothing. I really don't do anything. I just mind my own business. But people just have to mess with me. Every day. And then today, as I was coming back from this McDonald's, literally, it's always somebody in a foreign car. Like, always. Like, don't get me wrong, in the American-made cars or the ugly cars, okay, usually when there's a Quita or a Quavo, it's either a Pontiac, okay, it's either a Pontiac or a Ford of some kind. But when I'm dealing with, like, the bougiers, I'll give them the names of the Ken and the Karens. When I'm dealing with them, it's usually the Kens and the Karens that are inside of a Honda, a Lexus, or a Toyota, where it's always just too much. Just too much. Like, today, coming back home from this McDonald's, and, well, this, Jesus Christ, this Brian, okay, he was an Asian man, and he was short, and I kid you not, anytime that there's an Asian man involved, they're always wearing a beanie. It does not matter what day it is, what time it is. It doesn't matter. Every single time I encounter a Brian, and he's a short Asian man, they always have a beanie on. And I don't know what it is with that. It's like all of these Beckys or Brians or Quavos or Quitas or Ken or Karens all have the same characteristics. And I just never can wrap my freaking head around it. The Quavos are always the guys speeding like crazy with either expired or no plates. The Quitas are the ones who got good plates, but they're in there with some type of hooligan who's sitting next to them and they don't know what the heck they're doing, or they're on the phone. Caught a girl doing her makeup the other day. Why are you doing your makeup while you're driving? I don't know. But when it comes down to the Brian and the Beckys, they're always older people. And usually when it's the Beckys, there's always a Becky inside of a Burberry coat, okay, or a North Face coat or whatever, with some ugly sunglasses, who look like she missed a few days of her day cream, if you know what I mean. When it comes down to the Bryans, depending on the race, it's usually one type of characteristic. When it's an older black male, it's usually he's in a big old poofy old coat and some type of Pimp Daddy Slim outfit. I don't know. But it's usually always a big coat, and he almost always has a beard, which I don't get that. When it's a Becky, like I said, the Burberry coat or the sunglasses. When it comes down to the Asian Bryans, they usually always have a freaking beanie on. And I do not understand. Like, that's how I'm able to tell. That's how I'm able to tell every single time when I'm driving next to somebody. I'm just like, this is either a Becky, a Brian, a Quita, a Quavo, a Karen, or a Ken. I don't know, but it's one of those. And I'm usually always right. Do they just go to a class or something? Like, somebody explain it to me. Now, don't get me wrong. Not all or everyone is one of those characteristics. I mean, not everyone is all those characters, but it seems like every single time I encounter one of those type of people, they always have those same characteristics, and it is very, very telling. Like, there must be a class they're going to or something, or they all receive some type of letter in the mail, or they're all receiving like Ken, Karen, Becky, Brian, Quavo, Quita packages from somewhere, from someone, because it just don't make no sense to me. But, society, I'm going to quit babbling and just head on out. I hope that you guys like this video. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to do another mukbang somewhere else, because I love to eat. I love food. So, but yeah, I have to actually head out so I can go to work. But once again, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. If you'll be trying these sandwiches, if you like the way that they looked, if you think they'll be gross, if you tried them, what rating do you give? Yeah, just let me know. But I'm gonna head on out. So, always remember, if you don't fit into this podcast society, come on over to Saint Society, because what society is better than Saint Society? I'll tell ya. Nobody's. Alright, guys. Love ya. Bye.